So Amazon sells these round molds, and since I'm making round speakers, I try them out. You stretch the mold to get the part out after it's hardened. And I thought this little one would be nice for making little feet for the round speakers so that they don't roll once you set them down. So I'm going to embed this bolt in the mold and fill it up with gelcoat and leave the threads sticking out, and those can screw into a threaded insert in the speaker itself. So I've catalyzed some gelcoat, and I'm going to completely fill that little mold and stick the bolt in there. And this other mold, I want to make a hollow part. So I'm coating the whole inside of the mold with gelcoat. And once it's coated, then I'm turning it until the gelcoat hardens, because I don't want it all to slide down to the bottom, and I want a fairly thick layer everywhere. And this is the next day, and the gelcoat is hardened in there. So I'm going to paint the inside with resin, and then I'm going to lay up a whole bunch of little tiny pieces of chopped strand mat on the inside to reinforce it and make it strong so that I don't break it when I take it out of the mold, hopefully. It's not perfectly round. I don't know. See in here, these waves. There's some there. And it's got a beautiful glossy finish there, see? It's just not perfectly round. And I was wondering, how could that have happened? This other one, this turned out fine. I mean, that's beautiful, except for the little air bubble I got in it. So I'm going to have to be more careful about that next time. But yeah, I could make these little feet just fine. And what happened with that? I don't really see the ripples in the mold. And the mold was to be made for like those crystal spheres. So it should be smooth. I think I maybe caused that when I was rotating the mold like this to get the gel coat everywhere. So I think I'm going to make another one, and I'll rotate it like this and then just set it down and get away from it. And I may have to put in several coats of gel coat before I do the fiberglass. But I want to try that before I give up on this method. So this resin I've mixed for about 9 minutes, which means it's ready to set up now. And I'm just going to quickly coat the inside of the mold and then pour any excess back out. And you can see how thick the resin is as it's coming out. This is going to set up within the next minute and be hard on the, well, relatively hard on the inside there. And this is the next day. And I want to reinforce the gel coat with something so I don't accidentally break apart taking it out of the mold. So I'm using these milled fibers, and I'm mixing a bunch of them in with some polyester resin that's been catalyzed. And I'm swishing it around on the inside of each of these. This is a way to be able to handle the molds without distorting them and putting those ripples in the part. I'm turning the silicone mold into what's called a glove mold. The flexible silicone is going to be inside of a fiberglass shell that will let me handle the outside of it without distorting the silicone mold on the inside. So now that I've molded fiberglass around 1/2 of this, I've put tape on the flange and wrapped it around the flange, and there's going to be one more layer of tape that does not wrap around but runs wide of the flange. And now I can lay up gel coat on the other half of this, making the other half of the shell for the glove mold. And here's where the two pieces of tape meet. And the reason for that is to give me a place to shove wedges in to separate the two pieces. And eventually I double and triple up on the wedges before the two pieces come apart. So that's what it looks like. Oh, surprisingly shiny in here. And surprisingly clean here. There were a lot of like gel coat fingerprints and stuff, and all the gel coat stuck in there. Okay, so I managed, it was fairly violent, but I did manage to break the gel coat up here because the fiberglass inside was just poured in and sloshed around, and I guess I missed a spot. Oh, there. There's the piece that chipped off. I can see the shiny piece that was the inside of the mold, and the back side. The back side has no fiberglass on it. So I guess that is a problem with that sloshing method. That, and I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there is a big lump of it down at the bottom. Maybe if the mold was set upside down when it's finished. Might try doing that next.